What brand of toothpaste should I choose? I hate shopping. As much as possible, I avoid it or postpone it till it's absolutely necessary. These days, I avoid the supermarket by ordering my groceries online and having them delivered. But occasionally, I still have to go out there and face the challenge of the supermarket, of the shelves upon shelves of goods. There they are, all the toothbrushes, all the toothpastes, all the different types, all the different brands. And here I find myself again faced with making a decision. Making decisions is a theme that fascinates me. Volumes could be written about the process of decision making, both from a philosophical and psychological perspective. I'm going to begin with a little exploration of the words decide and decision themselves. If we look at the word decision, we can see that it's closely related to words such as incision and precision. These have their roots in the Latin verb for to cut. The connection is obvious with respect to incision, but less so with respect to precision. Nevertheless, to be precise is, so to speak, to cut something fine. To decide, in Latin, literally means to cut off. So already here we see some important philosophical and psychological ideas. A decision involves cutting off possibilities. When we choose one option, we exclude others. There are many fascinating what if stories, like that Gwyneth Paltrow movie Sliding Doors, which explore the outcomes of alternative decisions. For Marvel fans out there, there's a whole animated series devoted to what ifs in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I guess, in a way, most of fiction is a kind of what if. Who amongst us hasn't at some time looked back and wondered what might have happened if we'd turned left at that juncture rather than right? Herein lies a whole realm of science fiction speculation about alternate futures and timelines. Making a decision is a potentially terrifying experience because, in committing ourselves to one path rather than another, we exclude other possible futures for ourselves and perhaps for others too. The cutting involved is not simply theoretical or external, it cuts right into us. Of course, some decisions will be more critical and painful than others. Choosing what kind of toothbrush to buy today is unlikely to affect my life as choosing whether to take this job or that job. Although in some circumstances, choosing to turn left rather than right could prove fatal. If we look at the word decide rather than decision, we discover a whole other range of associations. Decide shares a common root with other sides, such as homicide and suicide. These are also processes of cutting off, but on this occasion, cutting off from life. Decide shares with these other sides this cutting away of life, or in this case, other possible lives. So every decision is also, to a greater or lesser extent, also a kind of death. And no wonder that sometimes facing a large decision can render us paralyzed. Finally, as much as we might like to, we can never know for certain whether we've made the correct decision in life, because we have no way of knowing the results of the alternatives, which are now dead to us as possibilities. For that reason, though, it's also pointless to say to ourselves, if only I had, what if? At the same time, this is also kind of liberating because we can also never say for certain that we made the wrong decision. All we have is the here and now that results from the previous decisions we've made and perhaps also from the decisions of others, and a whole vista of further decisions stretching out before us. Now, back to that choice of toothpaste.